All right, folks. Welcome. Checking out the NFL Network, watching some highlights of the Monday Night Football game. In case you missed it, and the highlights, I got some details for you. Some of the other things they're talking about, coaching moves, possibilities in the National Football League. And could Tom Coughlin go back to the place that he built, Jacksonville? Something to think about. I love talking the National Football League 24/7. Kirk Cousins, an interception and a costly fumble on the goal line. They lost to Carolina last night, Washington 26-15. They're now 7-6-1. They had to win out the final three to get into the postseason. They could still get some help and make it happen. But how about this? Carolina 6-8. Astronomical wild card possibilities still exist for them as well. Cam Newton 300 yards and 2 touchdowns in the game. Big hockey night in Pittsburgh. Go early and enjoy some great restaurants in the city of Pittsburgh. Love that town. It's the Penguins at the PPG Paints Arena. They're going to be dropping the puck against the Blue Sweaters, the New York Rangers. And by the way, Pens 27-5, while the Rangers are 23-10-1. The Pens, the Rangers, the Flyers, Columbus, and Washington setting the pace for the rest of the National Hockey League. All of these teams in the Metropolitan Division are above 40 points. The Pens are going to be challenged tonight. Chris Letang with 19 points and Trevor Daley with 3 goals. 2 really good defensemen are both out, undisclosed injury. Meantime, TribLive.com, some of the local headlines that I'm sure we'll be discussing tonight on Rob Pratte Tuesday night that starts right after Zachariah Brown on Pittsburgh Works. City Council voting today to extend parking enforcement until midnight. That's a 6-hour increase. Southside Bar and Restaurant District. President Barack Obama, a number of pardons yesterday, including Salahuddin from the Hill District. He's 73 years of age, and he was a councilman in the city of Pittsburgh from 95 to 2005. It stemmed from a 46-year-old federal gun law during his time as a civil rights worker. Salahuddin, always a good guest, a big part of the resurgence of the city of Pittsburgh. And let me tell you something. He was responsible as a founding board member for the August Wilson Center for African American Culture downtown. And he applied in 2012 for this pardon. Didn't think he had much of a chance to get it, but his attorney quoted in the Trib today simply, he took a while to settle back down to earth after he got the news. Speaking of August Wilson, last night the star of the August Wilson play, now movie Fences, Denzel Washington, having a little bit of fun on The Tonight Show. You may want to check that out on YouTube. Pretty good stuff. Also, the Allegheny County Health Board considering mandatory lead testing for young people. They're going to take a look at that next month. And also in the Trib today, ways to beat stress during the holidays. We could all use a little help there, right? Now, some international stuff that I was checking out earlier on the smartphone on CNN. Berlin market crash suspect could still be on the loose. 12 people killed, 48 injured. They're calling that truck a killing machine. We'll talk more about that tonight. And you know, Wall Street has been absolutely phenomenal of late. 1,600 points, skyrocketing and just barely missing that magical 20,000 points. Well, they're saying these are a few things that could happen to kind of stall out this, what people believe as I do, this Trump rally as far as Wall Street. Trade wars, global terrorism, red-hot stocks overheating, inflation, also bond turmoil. I'm going to have some thoughts about that. Well, I don't think any of these things could really stop what Donald Trump is doing to stimulate our economy, and he's not even the president yet. I think he's just giving people hope. And where there is a will, there is a way. We're going to talk all about that coming up tonight. Now, my guest list is going to be incredible. Lots of open talk on the program after Zachariah Brown, Carl Zachariah, Christine Brown Murphy, Colleen Brakovich, Ben Ersto, Justin Ellis, those great legal minds from Zachariah Brown. Tonight on the program, my guest list will include John DeSantis. Now, you probably know him from the Pittsburgh Duquesne Light Home and Garden Show, which is just a couple of months away at the great David L. Lawrence Convention Center. The Train Collectors Association is always there entertaining. This guy is a huge train buff, as in Toy Train, and Joshua Lionel Cowan. He actually has one of the man's original pieces. We're going to focus strictly on the man himself, meaning Joshua Lionel Cowan, and what he did in 1900 to make this brand still fashionable and famous all of these years later in 2016. He'll be with me on the Disc Institute of Pittsburgh Newsline. And then from Bongo Boy Records and Monaca, Pennsylvania, Nick Ziegler from the 4019s and their Frosty the Snowman breakout seasonal tune that is sweeping the country coast to coast. So join me, won't you, ladies and gentlemen? I promise you, it's worth getting off the bench and getting into the game.